Kia ora, Lara here, and I'm sharing another layout created for the Confessions of a Paper Addict 20 Days of Cutfiles. Today I'm going to be working with the day 3 focus, which is mixed media. So to start with, I have cut the messy background out of some stencil paper, some stencil stuff on the Cricut, and I've brought the size down to 6 by 6 inches, and this is so that it will fit nicely onto the size of pages I'm scrapbooking. So I'm doing a 6 by 8 album. So go back and have a look at the last 2 videos I've done if you want to see a bit more information about this. So I'm going to first start my mixed media using the Distress Oxides. So I'm going to use a mixture of chipped sapphire, peacock feathers, and speckled egg. So I'm just using these on a normal foam dauber, and I'm just sort of inking up the foam and pressing it through in various places. So I'm not completely covering the background, but you'll see on the left there when I lift it up after sort of smooshing that ink into those spaces that there is some nice white lines left, and I really love the texture that this has created. You probably, what doesn't really do it justice on the screen here, but when I look at it up nice and close, there's a lovely defined white line going through there where I've used these different colours and pressed it through. Now often I would do this on white daisy cardstock, but I just thought that with the theme of the photos that I'm scrapbooking here, that the hearts in the background were quite appropriate. So this last year, so this is 2020 Christmas that I'm scrapbooking as part of these. It's a good thing that I didn't get my 2020 December sort of photos scrapbooked in time so that I can use them here. But my son decided that he was spending Christmas with his girlfriend rather than with us, and I have to be honest and say I was quite disappointed that he was making this choice, but as a 18-year-old or almost 18-year-old, it's not really my place to say no, you can't, and he wouldn't have listened anyway, so there was no point. So we celebrated Christmas a week before with him before he went away. I'm using here the Dina Wakley gloss spray, so I'm using turquoise, I am using ocean, and I'm also using gilt. Whoops, I'm just looking at the bottle and labelling it there when reading the label when I dropped it. So that was the gilt at the end. So I'm going to bring in a little bit of a gold background. And so in a way I thought that this sort of the mixed media background fitted with my mixed emotions at the time, and also sort of the mixed up, muddled up Christmas that it kind of was, not having our family together. We have had one other Christmas where my oldest daughter Alicia wasn't with us. She was on an exchange or a overseas trip with school or with a group from school, and so it's our second Christmas where we haven't had all our kids together. But one was close enough to have been there, however. So now I am using 3 of my shimmer brushes from Close to My Heart. So I just grabbed some different blue ones there, and I really love that these add, they have a little bit of a glitter or a shimmer. I guess they're called a shimmer brush, but they, what they leave behind sort of has that nice iridescent look. So I'm backing the photos just on a offcut of some white daisy cardstock. So these were all 4:1 4x6 photo printed on the selfie. And they're just general photos of my girls opening and making presents that they got from each other, and my son opening his present from us, as well as sort of our family table after we had enjoyed some food together. And so I'm just placing these on the right hand side page. So the top picture is the girls with their presents not yet opened. The middle picture, I'm not sure at what point that was taken. It might have been the later one, perhaps it should have been at the bottom, where my son has actually fallen asleep on the sofa. And the very bottom picture is one of the girls building the house and the other 2 just sort of relaxing. So I'm just going through some of the Picture My Life cards here. None of the ones in this collection kind of fitted with what I was doing on the page, and so I sort of put that back onto the drawing board. Now these little black embellishments that I've got up the top are from an older collection. It is still available. I think it's called Holly Jolly. It was last year's kind of Christmas collection. I did find this nice blue Picture My Life card that I thought would fit nicely for the journaling, and that was from the Serenity collection, which was another collection from Close to My Heart last year. And now I'm going to team that up with some of the Deck the Palms stickers just to add a little bit more interest to the page, rather than it just felt kind of flat. I do want to keep these pages reasonably flat because they are all sitting in the one album, and while I don't mind a little bit of lift and a little bit of rise, I do want to create some pocket pages and stuff as this comes together, so I want to have room for some of that texture. And I am using the foam tape with the Holly Jolly one because I just wanted to stick it up a little bit higher than the other one, and I thought this Noel sticker was quite cute from Deck the Palms, and it kind of fits with it just fits with that messiness of it all. And so I grabbed some of the Christmas baubles and the is it mistletoe or the holly that I've stuck in a couple of different places on the page. So now it's time to add some journaling, and as per usual I'm sort of ferreting around looking for my journaling pen. So basically I've said on the journaling here what I mentioned to you before about the reason for this page, or the way what I was documenting here. So I challenge you to use some of these gorgeous cut files, especially the background ones, as a stencil. You can just cut these on normal cardstock and then stamp through them and stuff. I just really like using the stencil stuff when it's a cut file that I love and I know that I will use more than once. So that's one of the purposes for the stencil. You could probably use something like acetate or something along those lines. But anyway, make sure you check out the Confessions of a Paper Addict Etsy store. There's some information coming up shortly about how you can get 25% off. Check out the links to the other videos below in this hop and see what others have done with their mixed media theme. Hey, thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe if you're keen.